everyone. Welcome back to Reel to Reel. I'm Sydney, and joining me today is...
Alex Renning. Good to be with you.
Today we are reviewing Words on Bathroom Walls, directed by Thor Freudenthal.
Thor, it's a great name for a director, by the way. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at the trailer, everybody.
Honey, it's so good.
Yeah?
When you're finished with the questions, please pass them forward. Calm down, son. Calm down.
And that's when we found out I have schizophrenia, a chronic mental disorder allowing for visual and auditory hallucinations. Never normal. The end.
You know, when I first met you, I thought maybe he's just awkward and unsocialized, but that's not it. There's something else.
I don't know what to say to that.
I'll crack you, Petroselli.
I know that you must be scared and that it's lonely in your head.
Hey, I'm right here.
That was the trailer for Words on the Bathroom Walls, directed by Thor Freudenthal. The screenplay was adapted by the up-and-coming Nick Naveda from the award-winning novel by Julia Walton.
You probably recognize some popular faces from that trailer, too, by the way, Sydney.
Yeah, for sure. One of my favorites was the star of King Jack and Looking for Alaska, Charlie Plummer. He plays the main character, Adam Petrozelli, your typical teenager who aspires to become a chef. His teenage struggles become amplified when he is diagnosed as a schizophrenic in the middle of his senior year.
After her horrific experience at his school with an unsuccessful transfer to other schools, he has one final attempt when he transfers to St. Agatha's Catholic School to finish off his senior year, where they agree that if he stays on his trial medication, they will keep his illness quiet. So while at St. Agatha's, he struggles to keep his diagnosis a secret and soon befriends a classmate, Maya, who is played by Taylor Russell.
Yeah, one of my favorite side characters was Devin Bostic, who I instantly recognized from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He plays Joaquin, one of the hallucinations in Adam's brain, who also happens to be an overly sexual teenager with raging hormones. He provided a lot of comedic relief.
Well, so did you know that Thor Freudenthal, just loves that name, Thor. That's
Yeah,
a great
it's a
name,
great name.
by the way. Also directed Diary of a Wimpy Kid, as well as Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters. That's probably why they turned out so good. What do you want to bet?
No wonder why I liked it so much. Let's
All
take a
right.
quick look at a clip to give you a little more insight about the characters.
Some people just hear voices,
Good morning.
but I see mine.
More awesome. I'm like to see that you believe in me.
What's with the cookbooks?
I'm sort of studying to be a chef.
Sort of. Where are you?
What? Don't look at me. Look at her.
Do you have a problem with eye contact?
Do you always say exactly what comes into your mind?
Well, it's best to say exactly what you mean or nothing at all. Unrelenting honesty, you know?
You see him, right?
Yeah, he's real.
Everyone's flawed, but admitting our flaws gives us the opportunity to face them.
Taylor Russell, who plays Maya, can also be seen in Waves, Lost in Space, and Escape Room, where she plays a more quiet and reserved character. Sid, an interesting side note, Molly Parker, who plays Adam's mom, okay, Beth, and Taylor Russell, Maya, played by, mother and daughter in the movie Lost in Space.
Oh, I didn't
If
know
I'm
that.
reading the script correctly.
In this movie, Taylor's character takes a stronger role, as she plays an intelligent girl who knows exactly what she wants in life. When I first saw her on screen, I did not expect her to have such a strong demeanor. I really admired that about her character, being honest and upfront. She had a lot of expectations to look up to. She was a first-generation college student, raised by a single parent, sent to St. Agatha's on a scholarship, tutoring and doing homework on the side to help provide for her family. In one scene in particular, Adam made dinner for her family, and her father could not stop talking about how much she has accomplished and how bright her future was going to be. It gives us a glimpse into what she is going through and how much stress truly weighs on her. With, like I said, her and Adam give each other hope. She really sold the role. Maya helped him to stay positive and encouraged him to pursue his dream of becoming a chef.
Well, I can agree that she made a huge impact on Adam's life. In my opinion, I didn't really like that the movie was kind of cliche, just another classic teenage love story with just a little twist. And the way that the actors performed for their roles was amazing, as they perfectly fit their characters' personas. That was really good. I felt their storyline was so cliche and too predictable at times. Very typical boy meets girl, falls in love, just going along in that fashion.
Well, I disagree. I thought it was really interesting to see how they connected despite their differences. When they first met, it was really surreal to see him trying to talk to her while his hallucinations were talking to him simultaneously. Not only do these voices talk to him, but he saw them as if they were real people. While the characters inside his head obviously made Adam's life very difficult, he still was able to just push past his struggles, and someone who really helped him out was the priest, Father Patrick.
Yeah, and also let's not forget to mention that Father Patrick in the movie, played by the one and only Andy Garcia. Adam does not necessarily believe in confession or God, but slowly builds his confidence in Father Patrick.
Yeah. I love how his character gave Adam a safe space to say what he was really feeling without thinking he was being misunderstood or judged. By building that relationship, it was the one person Adam could be truly honest with.
Oh, isn't that awesome? All right. We will be right back after this commercial. Stay tuned. You're watching Reel to Reel.
3, 2, 1.
With what's happening today with smartphones, everybody has the ability to shoot video. But not everybody has the ability to edit that video and communicate a thought and idea in a professional way with high production value. That's where we come in. This particular program allows a student to do single cam productions, multi-cam productions, short films, corporate promos, things like that. So there's a lot of different things that a student can learn in the video production area.
What I love here is the practical work that I can learn. It's like a non-pressure environment, and I like that about it.
All those things that you're not going to learn unless you do it. You can read about it in a book, but that's not going to help you when you're on set.
Welcome back.
Sid, as you know, this was the first opening weekend for films post-COVID shutdown, so box office numbers are really going to be different compared to which theater and which region of the country that you're seeing movies in. So very interesting time right now, especially to be viewing movies.
Yes, for sure. The pre-hype and build-up of the movie before box office was missing due to the unknown reopening date.
Yes, but Words on Bathroom Walls was originally scheduled to air in July, but the limited opening date was moved to August 21st.
That being said, opening weekend box office brought in $432,968, and so far has brought in $1.9 million.
Yeah, well, the budget for the film was $9.2 million, so they have a long way to go in that regard.
Well, I'm confident it will do well once it is released digitally or maybe released on some streaming platforms. This movie is so unique because they really did a great job of opening up the dialogue to a sensitive subject. We need to have more conversations about mental illness and how it truly affects people and those around them.
Yeah, I'm not so sure of that, but however, on one note, it is a very important issue, and these are discussions that we need to be having, in my opinion, obviously. But on that thought, we're going to go ahead and send it to a quick view from an interview with Andy Garcia. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Living in the uncertainty of our new normal, where people are experiencing levels of such things as depression and anxiety, what do you hope audiences will take away from this?
You want your things that you do in life to have resonance. It doesn't have to be something deep. It could just be something frivolous and entertaining, and it has resonance for you because you've laughed and your spirits have been lifted. So I think in this case, it's the same thing. You want the subject matter and what you learn as you watch the movie to have resonance in your life. Whatever that resonance is, I just hope that it's a positive one. People can relate to it differently. You don't go and say, this is my message and this is a thing. You present all the complications of these relationships and how people need to help understand each other, have more sort of humanity, understanding, and not be quick to judge people who have illnesses. But an illness like that is not only a great struggle for the person who's in it, but it also a great struggle for those around him that are trying to figure out and discern how can they help. Every time I try to help, I put the wrong foot forward. How can I put the right foot forward? It's a constant learning experience. It's not so black and white, you know. So if this movie sheds any light on that process, that would be a great thing.
What a cool interview. This is exactly what I mean. This movie is opening up more dialogue and making it easier to talk about.
Sure. And, you know, I appreciate that. But did you see that cinematography and how the story was told? That's always one of the most important pieces, if not the most important piece in every feature film we got.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the color grading they did. They had a blue, somber theme that they carried throughout almost every scene. Not to mention, the VFX were amazing. I loved how the side characters would slowly fade in and out, leaving a glitch effect behind them. I also really appreciated when they had Charlie talk to the camera as if we were the therapist. It made it a lot more entertaining than your typical therapy scene. I proudly give Words on Bathroom Walls 4 out of 5 reels.
You know, I'd have to give this movie 3 out of 5 reels. While I thought the love story was cheesy, I did really appreciate the acting and how serious the actors and actresses in the movie took the subject. It's a very important discussion, as I've emphasized earlier. And, you know, I barely knew anything about schizophrenia, what it was like to have that, or just even, you know, somebody with, you know, those types of day-to-day things they had to deal with having schizophrenia. So really, this movie enlightened me, as I was trying to say. But yeah, it was really just something that I think everyone should take a look at least once.
I really think the impact of this movie will spread more awareness about mental illness. I think it would be cool to show it in like high schools and start more dialogue both in school and outside. We barely scratched the surface of all the talent in this movie, however. That's it for today's episode. Be sure to check us out Monday for our latest reviews on Reel to Reel. I'm your host, Sydney.
And I'm Alex. And also, by the way, be sure to check out our Facebook page for past and, of course, live episodes of Reel to Reel at facebook.com/IDVP.TV. We'll see you later. Have a good week, everybody.